continue here. Oh, it's a terrific goal from Derek Ryden. Rudy Scatchell! And he scored! It's gone in! Sosie and Hindam! Can Hearts and Hibs put on a show tonight in the Scottish capital?
The derby is as big a part of New Year to Edinburgh as Hogmanay and fireworks. Hibs have only one victory to show from the last 15 league derbies. Can that change under their new manager? Gary Locke's Hearts were deducted 15 points on entering administration. They offloaded senior pros, but their young replacements have beaten Hibs in both the League and League Cup this season. A win tonight and they go above 0 points. It's the first of 3 live games from the Scottish Premiership from Sky Sports in this festive week. Enjoy it in wonderful high definition on Sky Sports 1 HD or on mobile devices using the Sky Go app. Happy New Year from Edinburgh. We start the sporting year, which brings the Ryder Cup and Commonwealth Games to Scotland with a passionate and noisy city derby for which the revamped Easter Road is sold out for the very first time. Now, he was in the dugout on Monday. This evening, Neil McCann is back here in the studio. Neil, good to see you back in your seat. Why have the Hibernian supporters sold out this particular game?
I think there's optimism about the club just now. And for so long, these fans have been crying out for a team on the pitch that's going to get results. Under Pat Fenlon, I think they struggled. You know, everyone knows that they struggled to get results. And I think what Terry Butcher has brought to this side is a bit of structure and a bit of stability. Of course, they're not scoring lots and lots of goals, but the goals against Tally is pretty impressive. And I think he's brought a bit of strength and character to the team and a bit of belief, because with results brings a belief and it brings confidence that at the sharp end of the pitch you might try a pass that you wouldn't ordinarily have been doing because you've been lacking a bit of confidence. So, you know, I think the fans have reflected that belief and confidence by turning out tonight.
I can tell you there's disappointing team news for Hearts. Their captain Danny Wilson is ruled out with a virus. Does the absence of an experienced player, their captain at centre-back, reduce Hearts' chances of winning here a third derby this season? Yeah,
you forget how young Danny Wilson is, but he does bring experience to that side, and he brings a bit of stature as well to the back line. And when you think of Hibs' last 5 goals, 3 of them have come from set pieces, so there's a bit of uncertainty in the back line already in the Hearts unit, and such a young side striving for points in the league, trying to get into that positive points, and I think Terry Butcher will be trying to capitalise on that, put lots of pressure on the back 4 early in the match by turning them, and it's up to the young guys to stand up to that.
Well, the last Hibs manager to record a league win on his derby debut was Alex McLeish 16 years ago. That's a target for Terry Butcher, who's with Luke Shanley.
Terry, you're a veteran of derbies at club and international level. How much are you looking forward to your first Edinburgh derby?
Oh, very much. It's been on everybody's lips since we first came in. Morris and myself came into the building, and everybody's talked about the 2nd of January and winning the Scottish Cup and all these kind of things as well. So, yeah, we know what we have to do, and you're obviously working hard to try and achieve that. But yeah, it's a little bit different because you don't quite know what to expect. I've seen them on the TV on Sky many times, but you know, to be actually on the bench and be an integral part of it is really exciting. So that's what I am at the moment, very excited.
Hearts are without Danny Wilson. Is that a boost to Hibernian this evening?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll bring another young boy in that can step up to the play, I'm sure. But no, it was. I looked at the team sheet, couldn't find him on there. So it doesn't matter who plays as long as we're concerned. You know, we want to get our game going, and you know, we want to put them under pressure as much as we can, like we did against Kilmarnock on Sunday. Take the game to Hearts and, you know, see what happens. But you know, we're certainly looking forward to it. The boys are full of confidence as well, and you know, banging in 3 goals and 3 quality goals on Sunday certainly helped our cause.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Well, Terry Butcher has picked up 9 points from 6 Premiership games. Contrast that with Pat Fenlon, who managed 15 from 13 games. Is a big improvement there, Neil, in the goals against column.
Yeah, I sort of alluded to that. And when you look at the stats, at Pat Fenlon, for his 13 games, David, and a cup game thrown in there, he only achieved 3 clean sheets. Terry's already achieved 5 clean sheets in his short space under management. You can see right away what the impact he's had in terms of being structured, being resolute, and being hard to beat. Because if you give away goals constantly, then you stand a much reduced chance of winning matches. So if you try and keep the nil and keep clean sheets, then you might just sneak one and get 3 points, or at least get 1. And I think he started out like that.
There's the captain, Liam Craig. He's actually the top goal scorer with 6 goals from midfield. How important is the skipper?
Yeah, well, I think he was a massive player for St Johnstone, and coming to a club like Hibs, it was hard for him because, as I said, that word confidence and the other word belief was hard to come by. But he's a very good player. He's obviously a goal threat, but he tries to dictate play. And Terry Butcher obviously handing the armband is a big pat in the back for Liam, because coming to a club like Hibs, you've obviously got other guys round about him, but he feels that he's got enough experience and enough ability that he can add that to his game, and of course encourage the players to go and play in front of him.
Whilst it's new to Butcher, Gary Locke is steeped in the Capital Derby. He's a Hearts fan, he became a Hearts player and is now manager. Gary's with Luke Shanley.
Gary, Happy New Year. 2014 could be a massive year for Hearts. How important is it to start with a derby win?
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's a tough game, different Hibs team that we're facing this time for the last 2 derbies, but one we're looking forward to, and as you say, we've got to try and look to win.
Do you have the psychological edge over Hibs after the 2 wins this season already?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think Hibs are a completely different team now under a new manager, and obviously they'll be looking to impress him. So it's important that we're on our toes tonight and we start the game well, and if we can do that, hopefully we can get 3 points.
All the best, Gary.
Thank you.
Ryan Stevenson scored a 25-yard winner here in the League Cup, Neil, back in October. Have you got respect for him for not hiding in the treatment room, because he's been patched up ever since?
Yeah, I've got massive respect for Ryan, and if there was any bravery awards going out, he would have a few, that's for sure. And Gary Locke needs that. He needs an experienced campaigner just to bite down, get over the injuries, have little niggles. He'll know his body inside out, David. And the one thing that you learn when you become an experienced player, you know how far you can push your body and what pain you can deal with. He's a goal threat, he's a leader on the pitch, and of course I think he's going to be so important to Hearts when they're defending things. I alluded to that in the set pieces with Danny Wilson going out. He's going to have to play his part tonight in his own box as well.
Great atmosphere. It's really building now here at Easter Road. Hearts are unbeaten in their last 7 league games here. Can Hibs' new manager spark a power shift? It's the highlight of Edinburgh's new year, and it's live next. Floodlit on Leith, the traditional New Year derby in Edinburgh, and the atmosphere is crackling inside the stadium. That's a new East Stand. It was completed 3.5 years ago, and believe it or not, since the ground was completed back then, this is the first time that the Hibs fans have sold it out. Should be over 20,000 in the ground tonight, and the atmosphere is absolutely wonderful at both ends. Neil McCann, a former veteran of this fixture, scored in it, of course, for Hearts. If it's a battle tonight, who'll win?
Well, you would have to think that Hibs would win because of the power and experience they have, but I think these young kids at Hearts have proved so far that they can stand up to it and indeed win the battle. And it's all right saying about win the wars and the battles in the middle of the pitch, because derbies, of course, demand that, but don't forget to play. And try and play to your strengths. And I think that's a message that both managers would try to say to their sides. I heard this saying used a lot of times in football. It was fire in the belly and ice in the heads, and nothing demands it more than a derby.
It's absolutely bouncing in here. What a great way to start the year in the Scottish Premiership on Sky Sports. Andy Walker scored in this New Year derby for Hibernian. He's in the commentary gantry alongside Ian Cocker.
Easter Road is all set for another Edinburgh derby. There's nothing quite like that winning feeling on Derby Day, but there's nothing quite like that losing feeling on Derby Day. Happy New Year, only if you manage to beat your city rivals. It is Derby Day in the Scottish capital as Hibs and Hearts go in search of New Year honours. After a very Merry Christmas for Hibs, no surprise they're unchanged. So 18-year-old Jason Cummings gets his first taste of an Edinburgh derby. It's only his 7th game for Hibs. 3 of their last 5 goals have come from defenders heading home from corners. So Hearts' rookie back 4 had better beware. Skipper Liam Craig is a yellow card away from a ban. It's a tricky night to avoid one. A big blow for Hearts with Danny Wilson ruled out through illness, so Dylan McGowan switches to centre-half and 17-year-old Jordan McGee comes in at right-back. 7 of the 11 are aged 21 or under, but at least the big daddy of the team, Ryan Stevenson, made a timely return from a hamstring injury at St Mirren. He's a man for these occasions with 3 Edinburgh derby goals to his name. Paul Heffernan, injured in Terry Butcher's first game in charge, makes his return on the bench. Alan Mabry has played for both sides of the Edinburgh divide. There are 5 more teenagers on the Hearts bench, and they only have 6 subs available. Christmas comes but once a year, which is more often than Lewis Stevenson goals. He scored only his 2nd in 200 games against Kilmarnock on Sunday. Lewis is the most experienced derby campaigner on the pitch, but namesake Ryan is definitely getting the hang of it. 2 of his 3 derby goals have come here at Easter Road. After Glasgow and Highland derbies, it's a first Edinburgh derby for Terry Butcher. There's not much Gary Locke doesn't know about them though. It's the first Edinburgh derby too for referee Bobby Madden, who is about to get us going. Just when the fireworks have died down